Brits voted to leave. Priti Patel blasts May as soft Brexit plan faces fresh rebellion. Brexiteer Priti Patel lashed out at Theresa May, accusing the Prime Minister of putting forward a Brexit plan that is very different from her and her party's original red lines. The former International Development Secretary vowed she will fight Theresa May's Brexit white paper agreed at Chequers as the new soft Brexit stance does not reflect her party's manifesto, she claimed. Speaking on BBC Westminster Hour, the Tory Brexiteer said she will encourage debates and arguments in Parliament today in an attempt to vote down the Prime Minister's proposals. She said, "We're speaking about an even playing field with the European Union, and of course that has always been part of the premise about withdrawing from the European Union. We also have to remember that the white paper is our opening position in the negotiations and could also be diluted down as we progress in the negotiations with the European Union. Quite frankly, their track record demonstrates that as well. I think it's important to have the debate and the discussion and have the arguments actually and put the case forward. We are asking for change. We're not going to ignore that point. We are asking for change. We have been critical of the white paper. It has many other flaws in there as well around our independence, our ability to undertake free trade agreements. We'll have to see what happens, but I think it is important that we have this debate. This is a debate not just within the parliamentary parties, it's a debate across the country. The British public voted to leave, and of course our Prime Minister and the Conservative Party stood on a manifesto last year that was very clear about the way in which we were going to leave the European Union. Quite frankly, we are not in that space anymore. Things have changed, and the perspective that has been put forward since the Chequers Agreement and the White Paper, it's very different from the Mansion House speech and all the other speeches that have been given by the Prime Minister and by members of the government. Jacob Rees-Mogg, who chairs the European Research Group, ERG, of Tory Eurosceptics, has laid down 4 amendments to the government's customs bill which MPs could be asked to vote on next week. The amendments were lodged today, and Priti Patel, the former cabinet minister, has to sign them alongside Marcus Fish, John Redwood, Bernard Jenkin and Craig McKinley. It is highly unlikely Labour would support Mr Rees-Mogg and the Brexiteers on the Tory backbenches, but it would be the first significant test of strength for her Brexit critics. One of the amendments, if passed, will prohibit the UK collecting tax or duties on another territory without reciprocity. This would cause a serious headache for Downing Street, as it would block the current proposal of a facilitated customs arrangement which aims to collect taxes after Brexit, on behalf of the EU for goods passing through the UK en route to the continent.